All right, we're rolling. I will just set the timer on my phone to remind me.
Show you 30 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, let's reset itself. I'll do it for 25 minutes. Then we're good.
Yep, no problems.
I'm taller than you, I forgot about that. I wonder if that's going to be one of the outtakes or the bloopers.
Go ahead.
Hi guys, it's Scott Caporale here and Felix Lee.
Felix Lee, yeah.
And Felix has kindly invited me back into his home. I was here probably about 6 months ago last time we caught up.
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
back in Sydney. I wish it was under better circumstances than it is. If you've been following me, you'll know my mother-in-law is very ill and I've come back to support her and her family. And very conveniently, Felix lives not too far away from where I'm staying. So Felix offered to have me around to catch up, talk about our business, and we might as well do some training and some videos while we're here.
That's it, yeah.
So thanks, Felix.
No
It's
problem.
great to be back here again.
I'm lucky enough to live close to you, and then, I mean, second time that we can catch up.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to catch up a few months ago when you came here the second time, yeah?
Yes.
But then we didn't have time. But I mean, I'm grateful that you came again, and I believe that everything happens for a reason.
Yes, absolutely.
And we are here to deliver value for people, obviously for our team, to grow our team even further.
Absolutely. Like if I had a mentor when I first started, and if I had actually followed the mentor and I found that mentor to the letter, I think I would have been at where I am now, which is like living on a tropical island, enjoying a great lifestyle. I would have got there a lot quicker.
Yep.
So part of my mission, and I know a lot of this is actually out of my control and anyone's control,
Of course,
but
yeah.
if I can help people accelerate their growth to get over the hurdles that all online marketers need to get over quicker, well then I've done my job.
Yep.
So I just want to give as much value, I know you do as well with your team, to help people accelerate their growth and to actually achieve their lifestyle.
Yep.
And their income that they want and they can do, and just shorten it from 3 years down to 18 months or less.
Yep.
Really, that would be a great goal. Because
Sure,
it's
yeah.
taken me 3 years to get where I am.
Yep.
And I've done it part-time. So there are stages where I've really done like 14, 16 hour days, but that's really rare now.
Yep. Okay.
Just when I've got special projects on normally.
Yep. I mean, even 3 years, I would say that for a worthwhile business, a business. I mean, if a business in average become break even after a few years, or even sometimes 90% of business out there they closes probably a few years after they operate, right?
Look, that's so true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the comparison to a bricks and mortar business is something we all need to keep in mind about the risk of that sort of business, the time it takes to build it. And a lot of people focus on revenue, and the big thing about revenue is it's not equal profit.
True.
And the beautiful thing about an online business is your profit is such a large part of your revenue because your expenses are so low.
True. Yeah.
Right? Apart from your marketing costs, you buy a computer, you have your internet connection, you buy a couple of programs, some training, some software. That's about it.
And coffee, probably.
And coffee. Very interesting. Well, speaking of coffee, Felix is from Indonesia, and I live in Bali, which is one of the islands in Indonesia. And Indonesia's got the largest archipelago in the world. I think it's got over 16,000 islands.
Yeah.
It's incredible, amazing destination. And my dad's a big coffee fan. I've actually given up coffee, believe it or not.
I saw that. Yeah. I saw your post.
Actually, I had a decaf the other day just to try it. And I brought back some beautiful, original roasted Balinese coffee,
wow.
Indonesian coffee.
Nice.
And it was $5 a kilo.
Wow. Okay.
And my sister-in-law, who I've just been staying with, she buys premium coffee here. She pays $40 a kilo
Yeah,
for it.
$55, $40 a kilo.
It's an incredible business to be in. It's expensive. Anyway, I don't know how we got into coffee. So I forgot what we were talking about. Fast-tracking business. Oh yeah,
From 3 years to done
short in
18
time.
months. Yep, short in time.
Okay, and that's our goal.
Yep,
That's it. Oh yeah, the cost of running an online business is so low that your profit margins are really high.
Yep.
And to get the sort of profit that you can get out of this business, and now I'll make it public. My next goal is to get to $20,000 a month consistently.
Yep.
Right. That's my next goal, and to do that in an offline business, is a long time project for most people.
Yep.
Like you said, over 3 years.
Yep.
Staff, training, overheads,
Of course, yeah.
It's huge. You've got to put a lot of blood, sweat and tears. So I know the internet gets sold as get rich quick and make money, but it's not like that. We know that.
Yep.
It's put in the time and effort, but have the lifestyle at the same time.
Yep.
And that's the important thing. You know, you've retired now. We'll talk about this a little bit later, but Felix is retired. I love that word because Felix no longer has a 9-to-5 job.
Yep.
He works from home in the hours you want. You still work, right?
Yep.
You still learn, but you can go and get a coffee when you want. You can spend time in your
family.
Let's just have a look at this. I just want to do a quick pan.
Sure, yeah.
Now, this might not work because of the focus, but Felix lives right opposite a park here. Oh, that's blown right out. Okay, that's not going to work. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'll edit that out. But Felix lives right opposite a park where his wife, he takes his wife and son, basically son, to play in the park. And it's just, this is the lifestyle you want. If you're going to have a career or you're going to build a business, I don't like to use the word work anymore. I think work has some negative connotations with it. It's associated with job. We do work, but what I say is I work on my business. I build a business. We build our business.
You choose to create how you want to do it. Right? Yeah.
And we do it from home.
That's it, yeah.
You know, I've got a swimming pool, which swimming weather all year round in Bali.
Yep.
So I'm in the pool. I just have the lifestyle, and I still work. I still work on my business. I still grow my business. I build my business. I work with my team, and that's the benefit. So hopefully that dispels any myths about I can just come online, not do much work, and get paid a truckload of money. That just ain't going to happen.
Of course, yeah.
And if you're seeking that, I'd say stick to a job.
Yep, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, business doesn't suit every single person that comes in and want to make, big money online, because as Lawrence, as Scott, or any leader says, like, business is a business, right? I mean, you treat business as a business, and if you treat it as a hobby, then it simply gives you no result. But when you treat it as a business, I mean, even like in physical business, even in brick and mortar business, you got to put in like the hard work more than any other people out there, and you got to put in all the extra labors, extra time to invest in your business to get a result.
And what are the stats on businesses failing?
I would probably reckon that, I read it somewhere, the stat says in the first year probably more than 80% of business fails.
Yep.
When it first started, and then not even break even. They actually, suffer from loss. And if you think about, my dad's is my in-laws. He operated a few franchises before.
Oh yeah.
And that cost him every single time when they purchased that franchise. It's cost them 300 grand, once off. And then I saw a lot of them like they close up pretty much in the first year of running that business. I mean, imagine losing 300 grand in the first year. I mean,
that's insane.
Insane, and they are in debt. So, I wouldn't want to go into that position. I wouldn't even know how to get into that position, because people have to borrow money from the bank. They have to go through the stress level that having that debt in mind and having to pay that off.
Could you imagine coming to work online with 300,000 that you've borrowed? You get your income's guaranteed.
That's it.
Because you just put some aside to live off while you're building your business.
Yep.
Your costs are so low. Yeah. You do all the learning that you need to do. You hook up with the right team, the right mentor. You work on your traffic. You work on your mindset. You almost couldn't fail.
I mean, that's what I love about all this, because first, as you said, the cost is low, right? Yeah. And the second thing is the self-development that you can see yourself grows. I mean, everyone in the business, if you're a leader or if you're treating it as a business, then probably you can see that. You can see yourself grow every single day in our team. And the beauty of this business compared to brick and mortar business, where people keep spending time on the physical, job and not seeing themselves grow, because they don't have time to grow. They simply are too busy getting involved with the in the business. Yep. They're pretty much slave to the business. But where in our business, how we grow our income is through us growing ourselves.
Yes.
So that's
people can still become a slave to the business online. There is a trap there too.
Yep.
And I know Lawrence has talked about that a bit in his latest videos, which is good.
Yep.
Because the reason you want an online business is to set yourself free.
True.
Which means focus on your strengths and outsource everything else.
Yep.
And that's a stage that most people will get to once they get a level of income, and they can start outsourcing all those little tasks.
Yep.
So they can focus on working on the business and having the lifestyle that they've actually signed up for.
That's right, yeah.
So Felix, just sitting here, I almost feel like a proud dad because I've seen you grow and change so much. And last 6 months you set a huge goal to be retired.
Yes.
From your job, and you've done that now. I think about 3 or 4 weeks ago you left your work at your corporate job.
It's almost a month now, yeah.
Almost a month, and now you're living the lifestyle where you're working from home with your family.
Yep.
What's been the biggest change for you?
Biggest change. It's funny how people keep telling me that you must be so excited on my last day. But I was thinking, it's a total different lifestyle. People think that I can slip in after I stop working, but that is not how it works, as you know. Yeah, I mean, because you just live your life. Every single day is a brand new day. I cannot remember the time when I wake up and I have to drag myself out of bed, because I live with excitement. I live with new things. What can I keep thinking to myself what I can create today, what I can give value today, how I can spend time with my family today.
Yeah.
I mean, whereas, when I was in the workforce, I just have to focus on, okay, I have to get back, I have to wake up early, and I have to go to, get stuck in the traffic, face the boss in the workplace.
Yeah.
But now it's all about, most people coming online, I think, when you hear leaders say that it's not about the money at the end, money is important. I mean, that is undeniable, but
You still have bills to pay for.
that is right. It's
Still
bills
have
to pay for, mortgage to pay for, but it's the lifestyle that you would want to live with, right? I mean, the lifestyle of being able to do, being able to contribute, and being able to be inspiration, empowering to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
This is why I love coming around hanging out with Felix. He's just got it. It's just so inspiring.
I mean, I remember when you came here, you said it's probably 6 months ago, right?
Yeah.
And then I was, we were doing interview for our team, and I was back then. I think 6 months ago, I still couldn't see myself as the leaders as such.
Yes.
But then when I decide, I think that is the most important thing, right? When you do decide to become successful,
Yeah.
no matter how long it takes, no matter what it takes, you just have to do it.
Yeah.
And that comes with me setting my goals when I'm retiring. Before I retire, I don't even know whether I'm going to be surviving with the online income that I get, but
Yeah.
I just know I don't have any options anymore. This is it.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for it.
Burnt the
I've burned the birds. That's it.
Burnt the
Yeah.
birds.
And he told me that I've spoken a few times like the wrong burning the bridge thing.
Burn the
Yeah.
bridge. Well, Tony Robbins, who's one of my mentors and people I've been following for years, talks about decisions. And decision, I think, comes from a Latin word, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but it's a word to cut off from any other option. So to make a decision is just to solely focus on what you're going for and forget about everything else. And you've done that.
That's it. Yeah.
You've done that. And I believe Think and Grow Rich,
Yep.
the audio book that we have in our
That's powerful.
PTG
Yep.
Success Library, has been a part of that for you.
Oh yes, that's actually a big part of my decision. I set my goals even before reading it, but I do believe everything's, as I keep telling Scott, everything's false for a reason. Even me meeting Scott in the first place is just, I don't even know how it came across me meeting Scott, but that's one of the things that I'm really grateful for, that I can meet Scott as well. And that particular book, going back to the book Think and Grow Rich, that one keyword in that book, which is the desire, your desire to become successful, it comes from you. No one can help you to become, no one can help you to be able to desire success as much as you do.
Yeah, it's got to come from within, doesn't it?
That's right, yeah. I mean, your leaders can care for you as a person, but then at the end of the day,
We can't pump you full of desire.
that's it.
Yeah, you can't
It has
go to
to
the
come
petrol
from
station and fill
fill
up
it up.
your desire tank.
That's it. Yeah.
It's like, I heard this saying once before about motivation and inspiration. And this one's really stuck with me. And it was explained to me that motivation is usually something external to you that you find motivating. You hear someone, you read something, it's something outside of you. But inspiration, comes from the word in spirit, is actually coming from inside of you.
Yep.
So for me, I don't want to get motivation because you've got to be surrounded by it all the time.
That's right. Yeah.
What I find that works for me is just tapping into what inspires you.
That's right. Yeah.
Whether the lifestyle, the money, the ability to help people, or a combination of all three, which it is for me.
Yep.
And that's what inspires me to get up like you do, with a lot of passion and love for what I'm doing. Because once you drop the 9 to 5, once you get rid of all that out of your system, working for horrible bosses, working for companies that are probably unethical or don't fit your standards, that don't pay you what you're truly worth.
Yep.
Once you get rid of all that out of your system and get back to you,
Yep.
you actually get inspired again, because you're now listening to yourself.
That's right. Yeah.
Rather than having all this external stuff around you telling you what you should do, who you should be, how you should work, when you need to go to work, what you need to wear, all that's gone.
That's right. Yeah.
And the most magic and amazing changes will happen. Look at Lawrence, right? And the leader in our business. He's a multimillionaire, and he has a level of humility. He's not about flashy stuff. Like, he buys his toys,
Yep.
and so he should. But he just wears t-shirt and jeans. He's just casual. He's not
Real person.
pretentious.
Yep.
And to me, that's a sign of a true leader. It's just about good values and helping people.
True.
You got anything else you want to add to this?
I probably want to say that becoming a leader is, as you say.
Sorry, that applies to Albie too, in case anyone's watching. Sorry, Albie. You're always, yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah.
You know I love you.
We love our team. As you say, inspiration comes from inside you.
Yeah.
And having a team and having like leaders around you, Anthony Robbins is one of my people that I looked up to as well.
Yeah.
And I remember him saying that surround yourself with people with a higher standard.
Yeah.
Then you can achieve. Then you feel uncomfortable, and then you will set your target to become or to actually achieve that higher standard as well. If you have a low standard, if you surround yourself with a low standard or with people with 9 to 5 job, most likely they have the mentality of just going to work, going home to work, and then just watch TV and sleep. They do not challenge themselves. They do not ask themselves, is this the life that they want to live? But if you live with leaders, that is how I get inspired. I look at Skype, I look at our Facebook training room, I look at all the news in our group. I keep seeing inspirations popping up.
Just positive information everywhere.
That's right, yeah.
One of the biggest thing I've done is actually gone through my Facebook and not defriended people, but just removed any negative people from my news feed.
Yep.
I just said, no, I don't want to follow you, because I only want to go to Facebook and be surrounded by stuff that motivates me and inspires me.
Yep.
And that's one of the great thing about the Protection Through Gold group is just a bunch of really inspired, positive people that are either successful or on their way to success or learning and sharing. It's a blessing.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
with Facebook itself, I used to just browse through and read people's newsfeed and all that. But as you say, Facebook, you can use that for your own good, or you can use it for your
Yeah.
And I'm thankful that
For your entertainment.
that's not for your entertainment, but Protection Through Gold, you can see people, we have thousands of people in that team, and
Yeah.
you can see people's stories, or people develop, or people transform their lives from years or months or even days. Sometimes you can see people transform how they think.
Yeah. And just onto that, if you're watching a lot of TV, I'd suggest that you could be doing other things. And I've really, over the last year, become an absolute YouTube convert. I get a lot of my technology information, a lot of my motivational, inspirational stuff. I get a lot of my training all from YouTube, and I just look for the stuff that's going to help me get where I want to go. I subscribe to the people that I'm really interested in and follow. I've got a TV at home, but actually it sits on the floor, not even plugged in. I've never plugged into the aerial in Bali. All I do is download the shows I like when I want to watch a show without any ads, and watch it when I want, where I want, how I want. I've just had the ability to and I'm getting off track here again, but just create the lifestyle I want.
Yep.
And I think I underestimate how big a change that was for me in my corporate world, where I was 6, 7, 8 years ago when I left the corporate world and started working for myself. Even before I came online, and just the transition of how huge that is. Just what you focus on will determine your results.
True.
And the mind and the people you hang out with.
That's right.
The quality of people that I now hang out with, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business people, and it just inspires me so much to keep going and keep. My mission is to help people. So if I'm rich and sitting on a beach, I actually don't feel fulfilled.
Yep.
I want to be in a position where I'm not having to work all the time, and I'm pretty much there.
Yep.
But I want to work smarter so I can help more people with the same amount of effort. So that's my challenge. My challenge is to help more people without actually having to work harder. So that's my next level as a leader myself.
Yep.
I'm going to stop the video there because
Sure,
we've almost run out of the recording time.
minutes,
And you've got some questions. We're going to run through those.
Yep.
And then we'll come back and do another video.
Sure.
We'll just do some more training.
No problems.
This
That
has
sounds great.
been such a great discussion. So guys, catch us in the next video.
No problems.